What's going on? In this one, we're going to talk about the trust framework. This is a system that will help you build trust with your audience and get them to buy stuff from you or book sales calls with you on autopilot, all automatically without you having to get involved or sending them DMs or anything like that. It's basically a framework for building trust. So I believe trust is a very important thing for content, and I also believe having a predictable system of getting somebody from a viewer to buying is important. So I was thinking, how could I combine these ideas? And I came up with the acronym TRUST to describe this process of building trust and making a sale. Nothing crazy unique. There's probably other people using the same acronym, but the idea is this is my unique mechanism, a system that you can use, plugging in your own business information to get the results of trust and automated sales and call bookings. So what does TRUST stand for? I'll get into the details of each of these letters here, but first there's a link to a free trust framework course that's going to show you how it works in practice. And it works as a great check throughout the entire process. So whether it's content, marketing, or the actual sales call, basically going through the process systematically to build a gap and then provide a solution to the prospect. So first thing, we target the ideal customer. And then number two, we reveal the problem. Then three, we unlearn previous solutions that have not worked. Four, we solve the problem, show them the correct way to do it. And ideally, this is done through you. So if it's something they're like, oh, I can do this on my own, well, that's not really going to help you in this situation. So we want to solve their problem, but we want them to feel like they need us to get the solution. So the last thing we need to do is we need to transform the prospect. So this doesn't mean go into full coach mode and solve all of their problems. We just want to frame the solution as something that can work for them. So it might be some unique mechanism or system or approach that you have, but it's not some magical thing that's only going to work for certain people. So the idea here is we want it to work for everyone if they do the steps. This is important for them to trust that it works, because if they see the solution and they're like, oh, that'll work, but probably not for me, that's a problem. If you want to have a successful product here, then you want to have a solution that will work for anybody if they do the correct inputs. Now, not every single person is going to do those inputs, but we don't want there to be some special attribute or some special scenario that the prospect has to be in order for the program to work. That all needs to be brought back to the target, so you're not pitching something that's not going to work for that prospect. So they know the problem will get solved, and they're confident they'll get results if they work with you. So if they do it by themselves, it might not work. So let's go through a quick example for software developers, specifically software developers that want to get high-paying software engineering jobs. So if I was to create a program that helped solve this, here is how I would frame it with this trust framework. And you need to think through who you're going to target very carefully so you're not getting the wrong prospects. But let's say we just did, if you're an underpaid software dev, you have the skills, you are confident in your abilities, but you just can't seem to get those higher paying roles. Or maybe they're in a dead end job or they're worried about layoffs. So we're going to basically call out their pain and then explain the problem is that you've whatever the problem is. So focused on the wrong skills. And then you can say something like, what most people don't know is that your actual technical skills is not that important in your software engineering career. What's actually important is your ability to network and position yourself as someone who can help a company by building solutions that can solve their problems or make them money. So basically just explaining why they are in this position. So if that's an accurate why and you can convince them of that, you've opened their ears and got their attention. What could possibly be the solution to this? Before we just jump into the solution though, we unlearn previous solutions. So you can say something like, you've tried, and then insert a bunch of stuff here that doesn't work or is basically competitors' solutions. So if your solution is networking, for this example, and competitors is getting really good at interview problems, you would call out those competitors. You may have tried studying code to get really good at interviews, but you still can't seem to get those interviews or get connected with the right people. That's one example. You could give multiple if you wanted. Then we solve the problem. The solution is not to get better at technical interviewing, but instead to follow a predictable system for networking that's guaranteed to get you interviews at good companies. I'm literally making this up on the spot. Now, obviously, I have a background in software engineering, so I kind of know some of the lingo here. But the idea is you can fill in pretty much whatever you want here to attract the right audience and build the offer that you want to provide. So basically, what we're doing is we're solving the problem by telling them there's a predictable networking solution that'll get them unlimited interviews with high-paying companies. That system, well, that's my unique mechanism. Basically, the strategy that I've done and all of my clients have done to land all these interviews. So they could do it on their own, but they don't have the secret sauce here, right? They feel like they need you to get to the solution. But we still want them to feel like they can be transformed. So we say, well, how do we know that this works for me? And I'm just going to write this fifth one up here. Well, and then you could connect with them with your past self. I was in the same spot. That's one approach. So basically getting down on their level, getting on their side, and explaining that you were in their exact same position when you started, and you would have benefited so much if you had this framework. It wasn't until you developed this framework on your own, basically connecting, saying, I was in your spot, so they know if you can do it, they could do it as well. So then you come back to your expert position and say, I've ironed out the framework. I put in X hours so you don't have to, saving you tons of time. I give you exactly what works. And here's important, I've done it for others as well. Now, if you are new to the teaching space, you might just have to lean in really heavy with this same spot positioning. Basically, your first customer was your previous self. The transformation was in yourself. But client testimonials, I've done it for John or whoever, Sally, etc. You can customize this if it's in a situation where you can customize it, like if you're on a call with the person, showing them people that would relate to where they are versus just random testimonials. So just to review that, you've given them a solution that's guaranteed to work if they put in the inputs, and they're confident that it's able to transform them because that system was used to transform yourself, the coach, back in the days before you were the expert. And you've been able to transform so many other people that were just like them or worse. So that's the flow. And this is how I do all of my medium ticket sales through emails. If you read my emails, you'll see these things sprinkled throughout. I don't necessarily always follow it in this exact order, but I do think this is a generally good order, especially if it's on a call or a single video where you go over all of these things. So any lead magnets, I would recommend following this flow because by the end, they're going to be in a position where they're ready to buy because they feel like they can get that transformation, but they feel they will only be able to do that if it is through you. So that's the flow I would recommend. And that's a quick overview of the trust framework. As for building trust with the person of why they should trust you, you can mention the things you've achieved with this transforming the prospect. So you could say, yeah, I used to suck. Now look at all these great things I've done. Not to brag, and if you feel weird about kind of flexing all your achievements, just remember the person doesn't know you. So if you don't tell them you achieved something, they're not going to know. So when I was doing software engineering, I felt weird saying, here's all the great things about myself. But then another coach taught me that, well, how are they going to know these things? They don't know everything about your life. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's actually a really good point. So then when I told people, hey, I left my senior software engineering role so I could do this mentorship program and help other people do the same and build software of my own, people were like, oh, wow, like this guy has some credibility. I didn't know that. And to me, that's obvious because, it's my life. You can use this trust framework to not only get people to buy something or book a call, but actually as a way to remove people who are not the ideal customer. So everything we just listed out here are also basically mini steps that people have to go through. And if they don't fit that structure, they're not the ideal customer and we don't even want to sell to them in the first place. That's why this is so great for medium ticket sales, because you can basically do this on a web page or through email, through automations, and you're going to get the right people and you're not going to force a sale on somebody who is not the right customer. So it's not about selling to everybody, it's about selling the right solution to the right person. This is basically not just a funnel, but a filter. Once you have it in place, it works. All you have to do is put more people in at the top, which comes back to attention, which you can get through organic or paid media. Doesn't matter which one. The funnel is going to do the same thing. It's basically the back end to filter out people who are not going to make a sale and get the sale from the people who are likely to buy. If you keep the funnel super general and try to solve everybody's problem, nobody's going to feel connected and you're not going to get sales. So by pushing certain types of people away, you actually build stronger connections with the people you're going to sell to. So that's all I have in this one. Again, check out the link to see the Trust Framework in action. It's a free course. You can get started with that, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.